Good afternoon, everyone. Chat's scheduled for, the live is scheduled for 20 to 4. So another 8 minutes. Just figured I'd jump on a bit early, build up some viewers. So bear with me. Give us another 8 minutes or so. Let the old countdown timer tick down there. And we'll jump on and start up the freshly rebuilt 32cc Zenoah. So as you can see, still covered in Bashfest dirt. Why clean it? It's only going to get dirty again, eh? Still got my Bashfest tag on the back shock tower there. But yeah, like I say, I rebuilt this on a live earlier on this week, put a new ring in it, cleaned it all up, washed it all out. It was full of dirt and crud. New spark plug, new coil because the boot was a bit knackered. Could have just changed the lead, but I had a spare coil, so I just put a new coil on. Got a new exhaust pipe on there as well, a different one, slightly fatter belly, so should hopefully change the way it res. Made sure the carb settings are reset to where they should be for an 1107. I think we're just about to have a little sprinkle of rain. Yep, we're definitely getting a little sprinkle of rain coming down now, so that's good. That'll wash some of the dirt away. But yeah, just so we've got quite a few people watching now, I believe. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Literally just going to let the timer tick down till 22, so 3:40 UK time, and then we're going to go live and start up the 32, let out a little break-in run and go from there. So stick with me, guys. Thank you very much. So yeah, got the tip racing pull start on there. In fact, let's bring it in, show you guys while we're waiting, as it's starting to rain a little bit. Right, so this new pipe, which as I say is a slightly fatter belly to the standard 5T pipe, so that's all bolted up there. We've got the tip racing pull start, as you can see here, which is the easy start. Makes life so easy because it's pre-sprung loaded. Got an 1107 rooster tail carb on there, and the rain is really starting to come down now typically. And it's, having said that, it's just stopped now. So 16 of you watching, thank you very much, guys. Don't forget, please do drop a comment and a like and a share on the stream. It does help the old algorithms push and promote everything. So I'm just trying to build up an audience really at the minute before we start it. I went live a little bit early. I did schedule it for 20 to 4 UK time, so that we can give it a little run. Hopefully she'll fire up. Like I said earlier on, if you look back through my past live streams, you'll see that we did do a rebuild on this. Ran it at Bashfest and cooked the ring, running lean, and the fuel vent got clogged up. So yeah, that didn't help, and rebuilt it, put a new ring in it, and when I was pulling it over, just after I rebuilt it, there was some residual fuel in the carb, and it actually popped in my hands. Tried to start. Obviously, if there was more fuel, it would have run. It completely threw me, and I wasn't expecting that. So I'm expecting it to fire up pretty much straight away. Crow scarers in the background there. Either that or a farmer out with his shotgun. So yeah, welcome people. Thank you very much. Hello. So yeah, just another couple of minutes to go, and then we're going to give it a pull. So yeah, like I said, it threw me because it tried to fire up in my hands. I was like, literally just pulled it over, and I was like, whoa, that's going to run. So yesterday I had a bit of spare time. Hi, good afternoon. And I put the engine back in the car, bolted it all up, and I haven't tried to fire it yet since it's gone in the car. I haven't even put the battery in now. I've just taken the battery off charge. The controller was dead. So, in fact, that's something I could be doing whilst we're waiting to build up the audience. We've got 23 of you watching there. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining. So I use a little 2-cell LiPo in my car. So plug him in there. He's a nice flat LiPo battery. fits in the top of the box just perfectly. And I'll pop the lid on. As you can see, it's very, very clean. The cleanest part of it now is the engine, where I've rebuilt it. Right, a couple of split pins there for the battery tray, or the battery box lid, should I say. Bang bang goes the crow scarers. Right, so I'm going to turn the controller on. Make sure that's set on the right channel, which it is. Turn the car on. Kill switch is flashing. Nice fast servo. Good throttle. Not quite reaching full throttle. Need to give that a bit of an edit. So let's go to the end points. Channel 2. Throttle needs editing. Turn that up till we hit full throttle. There we go. Enter that. Now we're getting full throttle. Not pulling on the servo too hard. Brakes are nice and good, so that's all set. What's the time? Got a couple of seconds to go, people. And then technically we're live and we're going to go for a start. So that's done. We're going to end all of that. Drop that back. So that's good. Trying to remember how to name this at the minute. There we go. Back to 30° north. And back. Right. Okay, guys, it's 4 o'clock. Well, no, it's not. I'm chatting rubbish. It's 20 to 4, which is the time I scheduled to go live. So, yes, welcome. We're now going to start this. So, we've set all the trims. We've made all our endpoints good for throttle. We are going to give her a little prime. There we go. Nicely primed up. Put the choke on. And give it a pull. Now she wants to run. So we're going to take the choke off. A bit too low on the idle. Let's restart her. Too low again. Just into some more rain. So yes, people, Zenoah is running strong after that. So I'm going to let her cool down a bit and then run her in again. The clutch seems to be dragging, but it's a brand new clutch, so I'm not quite sure why that's happening. It's definitely hanging open slightly. I don't know if it's just a weak spring. Might well be. You never know. Chinesium and all that. Rip it. I'd love to. It's brand new. I've just put the ring in. So, yeah. That's not even quarter throttle. And she's flying. So, yeah, I'm just going to adjust the servo horn on it because that's a little bit out of kilter for where neutral is. I'm plus 30 on the controller. And I've got no more adjustments. So I'm just going to neutralise that. He says he's going to neutralise it, but I don't even think I've even got a Allen key out with me. So I might have to run in, guys, and go and grab one. Let's have a look, see if that's the kiddie. Oh, that's a result. Right. So, spin that out. Whilst we're waiting for the old girl to cool down. She's had a little 15-minute run. Near enough 15 minutes. So I'm going to take that out. Set the, let's see now, set the throttle to neutral, enter, end, back. There we go. Right, so that's set to neutral. So now we can put our horn on. Going to need to adjust these brakes slightly. That was a silly mistake to make. I just dropped the screw for the horn down there. God, that's even tinier. Alright, 2 seconds, people. I've just got to go and grab something out of my other toolbox. Right, plus to the person that said rip it, then yeah, I think I'd upset my neighbours if I did. They don't really like it too much, and it is a bit loud. It's a bit Asbo. So yeah, just gonna little tiny Allen key, and this will probably absolutely just not work and annihilate and strip. Let's give it a go. Bloody hell, it actually undid. I'm surprised at that. Right, okay. Let's try this one. And that one undid as well. Right, okay, that's good. So, without losing them, we can now put the horn onto its position there, like so. We've got a bit of tension on the spring, which is good. That's what we want. Holding the throttle closed. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just adjusting the throttle servo linkages and the brakes, because they was a wee bit out of kilter. And my trim settings were all out of whack, because the trim setting was on forward 30, which meant that I had no more adjustment on the trim, on the controller. So we've just neutralised that, neutralised the controller, and set everything to neutral. So now I can fit the horn in a position that we want it. And we'll just screw that down. Back on the servo. Excellent. And then I've just dropped one of them. I knew I would. Where did you go, my lovely? I wanna know. I found it. Right, then can make sure our brakes are neutral. And then set the little stopper bars. Right. Oh, I dropped him again. Get my forceps out. Where did you go, my lovely? I wanna know. Oh, where did you go this time? Cause I don't know. There it is. Right. Do you like my sing songs? So yeah, we're gonna pop that on the end of that one there, that side. There we go. Right. Just had a minute or two to cool down. So we'll fire her back up. the clutch is dragging slightly on that. I need to grind the housing down a little bit so that the clutch fits in there a bit better, or put the spacers in actually. Might be a bad idea. Just space it off slightly. In fact, that's probably an easier option, but happy days. So apart from the clutch binding and dragging slightly, she's ready to rip. So I just need to modify that slightly. I know what the problem is. It's got the Zenoah housing, the Zenoah clutch carrier. I need to see why, so I'm just going to lop off a bit. I don't think I've got one kicking around in the toolbox. Because yeah, I just put a little bit of pressure on the clutch bell and it was binding. So easy fix. Easy fix. Just space the housing off a little bit. 4 bolts. Happy days. Free running clutch, so we'll probably do that. And then yeah, I think the next video you see of this, it'll be having a little rip around the field. I better tune it a bit better because trying to get a good idle, but then the clutch engages, it drags it down a bit. So who knows, I might come back live. But generally, she's rebuilt, she's happy, and she's purring, so I'm happy. And the next size up from that one, isn't it? Yeah, right. Now it's going to be a ball. You're going to have to take the engine out, Matt. Yeah, of course you are. You'll have to take the engine out to do that. So we'll let that cool fully down. We'll take the 4 bolts out from the bottom. Push clutch face is pushed up against the clutch bell. So the minute you put any pressure on it, it's grabbing the front of the bell. So we'll resolve that. We shall resolve that. It's an easy fix, really. Easy fix. Hopefully it doesn't affect the alignment. In fact, no, it won't, because the clutch bell will be able to spin back a bit more, which it can't at the moment. So let's have a look, let's have a look. Sorry to have my back to the camera, it's a bit rude, isn't it, peeps? 80 you're watching, I don't know who's watching, but please do drop a comment. Let me know where you are, who you are, and what you're into. That comes forward. You'll be alright. Why do I always drop the bolts straight into the chassis? There we go. I ain't gonna be able to get any of these out. So, to be honest, I don't know why I started. I'll probably get that one out down there. No, engine's got to come out for that. Well, she's cooled down enough, so why not? Why not carry on the live, peeps? And we'll pull the engine out quickly. As it's cool enough to work now. And we're just about to have a little summer shower. Sunshine on a rainy day. Oh, there's always one in there. There we go. Sunshine on a rainy day. Makes my gas monkey hat wet. Alright, so I'm just going to rip the engine out quickly. It'll take a minute. Look at this, look, bright sunlight. Can you see the rain? Can you see the rain on the camera? Unbelievable, isn't it? Sitting here in the sunshine, cooking in the warmth, getting wet. Try not to lose your engine spacers because you've already lost one and had to buy a packet of 4 just for one. Right. Now, see, I can get to the 4 bolts I need to get to on this side here. It's a bit warm and full of metal filings by the looks of it, where that's been grinding. Still, it's my own fault. Should have known better. I should have known better, but I didn't. So we're just gonna cheat slightly. Yeah, it's been well rubbing up against the front of that. Well rubbed. In fact, I'm not even entirely sure that gear is actually seated in the right place. On the clutch belt. So let's undo it and have a little look-see. Do you know, I don't think it was. I don't think it was even bolted up properly to the clutch bell. That would have had a massive impact. Well, that in itself's made a difference. God. Well, that's freed it. Right. So the clutch bell has got a slot on it which lines up with the pinion, and it wasn't even lined up properly. I bet she'll mesh and run beautifully now. I did think, to be fair, that pinion was slightly far forward. Oh well. That lines up better. Twat. Right. So on this engine, bolts to the outside, slots to the outside. With a 23 tooth pinion. If I wanted to put a 19 tooth pinion in, I'd swap them around the other way. So the bolts are all on that side. Which is quite handy, to be fair, because I've got both 19 and 23 pinions. It gives you a perfect mesh, which I love. You don't got to mess about with nothing. Just make sure them tabs are seated. And your countersunks are well sunk. And nice and tight. Now hopefully this will run a bit better now. The clutch won't be dragging, so we'll be able to get a good idle. Because I was leaning it out slightly to increase the revs, Because I couldn't work out why she was bogging slightly. Right. Happy days. That's running a lot better now. So she's ready to send. Yep, she's full on ready to send. Just check the exhaust bolts are still tight. Get a little crack on that while she's hot. Right. Always take your lipo out. Don't ever leave it in your car. I suppose, really, if I've got it in here, let's have a look. I was just thinking I might give it a quick blow with the duster, but I'm not too sure where it is. I'll be right back. Oh, I don't know where that's gone. I did have an air duster. It was very powerful. Oh, it just seems to have vanished. I'm not quite sure where I've placed it. Which is a strange one. Not like me. So yeah, probably won't be air duster in it. Because, well, that's just going to not work. Because I haven't got it. It must be somewhere. I don't know where. So anyway, happy days. It's all working and running. All tuned in. So thanks for everyone watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that malarkey. Smash the bell, that's the one. Then you get notified on the next live stream. Next live will probably be on the Baja. So catch you later, peeps.